up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty king of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scared money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies then. I just took a fat gravity. Welcome to the best MLB prop show on God's green earth. It's Tuesday, so you know we eat with ribeyes with Mike as well as the pitchers I'm going to talk today. Today we're going to talk Logan Gilbert, Jack Flaherty, Udi Perez, Shota Amagna, Hunter Brown, and Robbie Ray, as we got what could be some hammer spots if we get these projected lineups and weather permitting. Enough small talk, fellas. Let's get to the monies. First guy we're going to talk is Logan Gilbert versus the Yankees. Morning line 6.5 minus 155 on MGM, or it was 8+ on FanDuel. Pitching outs not available. Earn runs 2.5 at a pick'em as there is heavy winds. Projected lineup 5 righties and 4 lefties. Gilbert gets the Yankees, who over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitching are walking 2% better than league average, striking out 23.5% of the time, yet crushing the ball with a top 5 isolated power. When I go look at who they've seen that I would bet on in this time span, it's only been one guy. It was Chase Burns. We bet him. It was his major league debut. And yes, he gave up 3 runs, but he had 8 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. Well, I'm not going to say their numbers are fraudulent because they have been hitting for the most part of the year. But what I will say is their metrics are their metrics. And when we have a guy like Logan Gilbert, who through his career, he is in the zone 3% more than league average and throws first pitch strikes 3% better league average. Though this year his first pitch strike is 8% better than league average. Well, his zone percentage is right at league average. But when the year is said and done, Gilbert will look like the back of his baseball card or better, as he is one of the premier pitchers in the game. And for years, guys, I've used zone contact as the metric to get in that moved. I mean, I've used zone contact as the metric to get in. And that was just a strictly you have to be 6-9 or else I wouldn't bet you. And then Gilbert became that fucking dude like Chris Sale. And it just became a bonus if it was there. It didn't have to be there. Well, you can't say the same capper, guys, and not evolves. And the books have made me a better capper over the last few weeks, as I've been figuring out why they're bumping guys up for no fucking reason and finding out there is a reason. Meaning guys like Logan Gilbert, who live in the zone and throw above league average on first pitch. I want to see how are you when you get guys to 0-2 and 2-2, at least in the count wise. And with Gilbert, it's some of the best in the game, as he is striking you out 55% of the time when he gets you in those situations. So what I've been doing is not ignoring the metric of the pitcher, which is zone contact here, but adapting and adding. As when we look at the projected Yankees lineup, we have 6 of the 9 worse than league average in zone contact. And that normally, guys, would be an automatic go bet it type spot. And I'm not saying it isn't. But what I'm going to get at, guys, is we have a guy striking you out 45% of the time or better when he gets you to 0-2 to 2-2, depending on the count, and it's averaging at a 50. No, I think Brown was lower than that. Where is Gilbert? No, Gilbert's 50. That's so stupid. 55% of the time he's striking you out, guys, if he gets you in that situation. So what we're going to take in there is we're going to look at guys who take first pitch, and we're going to look at guys who take in the zone. And if you're going to put yourself in 2-strike situations versus guys like Logan fucking Gilbert, and crazy enough to say, Kirby's like this too, Dustin May's like this, I'm figuring out, man, a lot of these guys, if you take on, you're in a lot of fucking trouble. You cannot put yourself, I don't care who you are, in these type of situations. And 2 of the 3 guys that are great at zone contact, being Bellinger and Goldschmidt, both have struck out, small sample size, 1 of 3 at bats versus Logan Gilbert. Well, why have they struck out if they're good at zone contact? They both take first pitch, and they both take pitches in the zone. They're constantly putting themselves in a fucking danger spot versus one of the most premier strikeout pitchers in the game right now. So give me this fucking lineup, and I've got 7 of the 9 projected telling me we can go over. As Judge says, he's a dead spot, 3 strikeouts and 18 at bats, though he whiffs at everything. But you can't ignore the numbers, even though it says he can get them and he can get them multiple times. I have to respect the 3 for 18 and just put him at a 0.25. At the end of the day, I've got him getting everybody else but LeMahieu at least once and not multiple times. So this comes down to whether this game starts at a 7:05 Eastern game. Pay attention to what Keith Ross has to say. He's way better than I am at this weather shit, but they are projecting thunderstorms from 6 to 8 right now in the Bronx, and the game starts at 7:05. So maybe we get a pushback late start and clear skies after that. And if so, yeah, the winds could be blowing out. Yeah, he can give up a couple runs or whatever. I'm not betting him to win the game. I'm betting Logan fucking Gilbert to fucking murder this projected Yankees lineup. And give it to me with some good weather, and we shall be there. Next guy on the board, guys, this is like one of the metric kings. Not everybody is true to their metric, and we'll talk about that through the day. But Jack Flaherty is one of those guys who's pretty much been true to his metric. He gets the Rays, morning line 5.5 minus 145 on MGM, pitching out 17.5 minus 128 to the over, earn runs 1.5 minus 170 to the over, or 2.5 minus 160 to the under, depending on your book. Projected lineup is 5 lefties and 4 righties. 1 second. Cottonmouth motherfucker, ain't it? All right, Flaherty gets the Rays, who over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitching are not walking, 3.5 worse than league average, not striking out 20% of their at-bats with a decent isolated power. And Flaherty just seen these boys on June 20th, where he didn't make it out the 3rd inning, giving up 8 runs with just 3 strikeouts. And it all comes down to chase for Flaherty. And I mean, I'm not going to bullshit you, lie. I will always give credit to where credit's due. Spin was on this guy at the beginning of spring training last year and knew what was coming with Flaherty. And I just call him New Jack now, and he put me on the chase. So let's talk about the chase, as he's a metric king. When he's faced a lineup with 5 guys that did not chase, Flaherty has seen 2 teams like that. He is 2-0 to the under with nothing more than 4 strikeouts. When he has seen 6 guys who don't chase, he is 4-1 to the under, averaging 5.2 strikeouts a game, yet 4.5 strikeouts a game in those 4 losses. So all in all, 5 or more don't chase. He is 6-1 to the under. So it really comes down to this lineup if we get it. Because if so, we actually have 5 guys who do chase in this projected lineup, where the last lineup didn't. It had 5 who did not. And when Flaherty's seen a lineup with 5 guys who do chase, he is 3-0 to the over with nothing less than 7. And when he gets 6 who chase, he is 4-1 to the over. So all in all, he's seen 5 guys pointing the way. He's seen a total of 13-2 to the metric. That's absurd. That's a guy where you should just be blindly betting the metric if it's 5-4. I grade kids, guys, so there are games with 4-4, 5-3s. I don't count that. I do not count a kid's at bats if it's not a certain amount. So at the end of the day, projected lineup says over on Flaherty, but is that the lineup we're really going to get? Because he is one of the true guys that it comes down to. you could bet the over or under, and you got to wait till the lineups come out. For 13-2 to the metric, golly, bud, that's a lot of money right there. Do me a favor, if you like what you're hearing, smash that like button, and if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. Next guy on the board is Udi Perez at the Reds. Morning line 6+ -106 on FanDuel. Pitching outs 14.5 -190 to the over. Earned runs 2.5 -120 to the over. Excuse me. Projected lineup 5 righties, 4 lefties. Yuri gets the Reds, who over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitching are walking 1.5% worse than league average, striking out 22.5% of the time with a bottom 2 isolated power. And when we look at Yuri, guys, in his metrics through his short career, he is better than league average at everything I look for, pretty much. I mean, he's not in the zone 1%. He's 1% less. That's the one metric where he is below. But if we're going to look at this year, through only just 4 games, it shows chase contact being an issue. Nah. 2 of his 4 games have come versus top 10 chase contact teams. So is it really that bad? And if it is, guys, this is the lineup we want. As one of the 9 projected have better than league average at chase contact, a guy who shows that he's in the zone. And a guy, well, let me check up Yuri's stuff real quick. I usually type everything out, but right now I don't know if I'm making sense. If I just got stoned and skipped out on something I was writing on Yuri. So, yeah, right now he's in the zone right about league average. We'll take that. We actually, if he can get a little bit better than league average, we'd be loving that. That's loving it like McDoubles. So at the end of the day, last year, guys, I used zone contact. That's all I really would look at. He was a guy who's got elite everything. And if we go by this projected lineup, we have 7 guys worse than league average at zone contact. We have 8 guys that are bad at chase contact, with 6 guys being bad at both. This, to me, tells me Yuri is going to fucking sodomize the Reds today. Now, why haven't I bet it yet? Because it can get worse, and the only way I probably wouldn't bet it is if they put a combination of Friedel, Trevino, and Espanol. All 3 got to be in there. More than likely for me not to bet Yuri today is you can give me 2, and I can get around 2 dead spots. But to put 3 dead spots in a lineup, guys, can you get them from multiple people? Yeah. But I don't want to ask a guy to do that personally. That's just not good for my health. But you give me this type of lineup, guys, without them dead spots, with Friedel being the only dead spot. And right now in the projected, Friedel's the only dead spot that I got. I got Lux for a half and everybody else going down for more than 1. We do not want Trevino. We do not want Espanol. We sure as fuck don't want both. Not saying he can't get it, as McLean, De La Cruz, Hayes, Steer, Stevenson, Benson, Marte can fucking strike out every at-bat versus this man. They whiff to what he fucking throws, and they have terrible zone contact, chase contact. Like, let's just give me this lineup. Only take out 1 if you have to. And it's Yuri Perez to the moon and fucking back for me. Yeah. Let's get into the next guy who's happens to be a damn stud, bro. Hunter Brown versus the Guardians finally became the man that we've always knew he was going to become. I talked about it through the past few years that he used to be a thrower of the baseball, and we always talked about it. This year, he's a pitcher of the baseball. Hunter Brown versus the Guardians, morning line 7+ -140 on FanDuel, pitching out 17.5 -220 to the over, or 18.5 -180 to the under. Earned runs 1.5 at a pick'em. Projected lineup 8 lefties, 1 righty. Brown gets the Guardians, who over the last 15 days are walking a tad bit better than league average, striking out 23% of the time while having a bottom 10 isolated power. And this will be Brown's second time seeing them, where back on June 7th, he went 5.1 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 9 punch-outs. when the lineup then was actually walking 1.5% better than league average, striking out just 21% of the time, and they were actually crushing the ball with a top 10 ISO. They're the exact opposite team now. And Hunter shoved versus them when they were hitting. And now that they're not, they've got a bottom 10 ISO now. They had a top 10 ISO then. What happens now when you get probably the best pitcher, right-handed pitcher, because, man, Crochet and Scooble are up there as well. But, man, maybe the best right-handed pitcher in the American League right now, bro, is Hunter Brown. I don't know, man. I think it's time to go back him, guys. So I go look to back the team total under, and fuck me running. It's a 2.5. Yes, it's at plus money, or the 3.5 is like super fucking juiced. And maybe the 3.5 is just a really good parlay piece today, as you shouldn't sweat 4 runs unless they go to extras, God forbidding. I was on the Cleveland game the other day with Scooble and Scooble, fuck me, and Williams, yeah. It was 1-1 going into the fucking ninth, or it was 1-0 going into the ninth. Got tied up in the ninth, 1-1. And then the fucking Detroit Tigers decide to sodomize a guy who's given up 1 home run all year. Gave up 2 in that inning. And they scored 7 fucking runs. And my 7.5 under was cooked. Either which way, guys, I've got Brown going 6+ innings, 2 earned runs or less. And then there's really no wiggle room if he gives up 2 runs right there if I take the 2.5. Now, can he be perfect? Yes. But to ask somebody to be perfect, guys, is damn near impossible. Now, I just told you the best left-handed pitcher damn near is Crochet and Scooble. I bet under 2.5s with Scooble. Is it that time to start betting under 2.5s with fucking Hunter Brown? So when we look at his home road splits, guys, he has an immaculate ERA of 1 at home and an elite 2.43 ERA on the road. So I go to look at Brown for the win, guys, and it's not available for me. So I'm going to wait to see if it comes out. And if not, guys, I might just plug my nose and bet the under 2.5 team total for 50 at plus money. And if he gives up 1 or 2 early, get right back in, as, like I said, to ask a guy to be perfect is fucking absurd. Now, I personally, when it comes down to his K prop, I personally look for chase contact. I have smacked it, and he's only hit it 4 times, but I've smacked him those 4 times. Now, unlike Flaherty, where he's just a metric king, you just bet the metric. Same with Luzardo, same with Abbott. There's lots of guys who are hitting at like an 85% rate if you're just betting their metric alone. This ain't one of them. And so this guy's like the exact opposite of Wheels. Wheeler guys and Brown are both guys I look for chase contact for. They have murdered it every time they've got 6 guys. It's not even been, they've been ladder spots. We were on Wheeler when he had 12 the other day. I had like 400 on him, 300 straight up, hook to ski. We knew Wheeler were going off that day because they had 6. Where Wheeler's also 5-0 if he had 6 that said no. So it's not like you can go bet. It's like almost like every time it has 6, either which way, you got to bet Wheeler because he's proven the fact that he's just killing it. But Brown is a fucking coin toss. He's actually like 55%. He's better than a coin toss. So I guess if you're going to bet it 100 times and win at 55, they're giving you the juice right there in the prop. And that's what they're saying to you. But I look at it. At the end of the day, we go through this lineup. How many guys are good at chase contact? Right now, we have 4. And 4 of them is in the way the lineup is constructed. 3 of them are in the top 3. Granted, Jones has struck out 4 of 7 times. And if Hunter Brown can throw some first pitch strikes today and get ahead in the count, this dude, like Gilbert, but Gilbert in the zone a little more than him. This dude, like Gilbert, is striking people out 53% of the time if he gets you to 0-2 to 2-2 in the count. And when I look at the lineup, we have the top 2 guys. Quan and Jones are going to take first pitches, and they're going to take in the zone. So Hunter Brown can get them. Ramirez is going to be tough. Santana says he can be got, though he hasn't been got but one time in 7. He's the only one who's bad at all. Martinez is the only one who is elite at all. He's going to swing first pitch. He's going to swing in the zone, and he's going to make fucking good contact when he chases. So, Martinez, can we get out the lineup? Or can we get Kwan or Ramirez a day off? I doubt it because they just won a game for the first time in 10 days. But maybe Martinez gets the day off. Maybe I just pull his strikeouts down with the team total. Either which way, I need the lineups. I'm going to back Brown today, whether I bet team total alone or a same game parlay with his strikeouts. But I'm one person off from firing away on his strikeouts, though it's over or nothing on his strikeouts because of 2 of the 4 guys good at chase contact are going to take pitches and put themselves in situations where Brown is striking you out 53% of the time. I'm kicking myself sometimes now too, guys, because I didn't bet Baz versus the Tigers, but I texted Spin like, bro, I'm not betting him, but this is how he does it. and he goes out and fucking does it. It's like, you can't take pitches at guys who pound the zone. Now, I prefer guys in the zone like way, way more than league average because then you know you're getting the 2 strikes. But if you're going to see him 3 times, you could book him for 1. So if you put Kwan and Jones down for 1 and 1, whether he gets freaking Jones twice because he's got him multiple times, he can get his other strikeouts from the bottom pack of them other than, like Ramirez going to be tough. He's one of the toughest guys in the world, but he's not ungettable. Next guy we're going to talk about is Shota and Magna at the Twins. Morning lineup, 4.5 minus 135 on DK. Pitching out 17.5 minus 120 to the under. Earn runs 2.5 at a pick'em. Projected lineup is 9 righties and 0 lefties. Shota gets the Twins, who over the last 200 plate appearances versus lefties are walking 1.5% better than league average, striking out 24.5% of the time with a middle of the pack ISO. And when I go look and see who they've seen that I would bet on, they had a series with the Marlins, Rays, Mariners, Brewers, all who don't have a lefty I'm backing. Yet they've seen the dog of dogs and got dog walked as Scuba went 7 innings of no-run ball with 13 strikeouts. Then they've seen the Reds, where Abbott went 5.2 innings, gave up 5 runs, yet just 1 earned. And Lodolo went 6 innings and gave up 2 runs. So all in all, they seen the Astros and they didn't get the Fram. So their numbers are fraudulent, guys. They are not hitting good lefties. And it's been this way all year. Now, Amagna's in a spot that I wanted to back, a get-back spot, so to say. As Shota this year has only given up 3 runs or more 3 times, with this being the 3rd, his last time out. In the games following, he went 5 innings and 0 earned runs. If we go back to August of last year, in the 4 games following, giving up 3 runs, he followed it up with 3 quality starts with nothing more than 2 runs in any of those games. As I wanted to back him last week, but it was in the line saying that he was going to give up 3 runs. Is why was he juiced 2.5 to a Cleveland team not fucking hitting? Oh, they knew he was going to get hit. That's exactly fucking why. Why was Fram Diesel a minus 150, 2.5 versus the Dodgers when he's given up 3 runs 1 of his last 10 games? Because he was going to get fucking hit. It is in the line some of these times, guys, and they're right. 70% are better, and that's why they're multi-billionaires, guys, because they don't give out free money, and all these people are like, oh, this fucking guy ain't gave up 3 runs. I've been that guy. I've put him on parlays. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of those fucks sometimes. I'm not saying I'm not. But the thing is we just got to be better at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, I really wanted to take his 2.5 earned runs under, guys. I thought it was a get-back spot for Shota. Shota showed that he's been better. But Shota's also coming back from injury. And coming back from injury, guys, when I look at his fastball compared to last year's velo and his last start, I just went back to last start and looked at his velocity. It is down 1 mile per hour compared to his average last year. His splitter is within a half mile difference, and his sweeper is down 1.7 miles per hour. I can't back a guy right now personally where he's not the guy that I've backed. He's not the guy that I've wanted to back. So until Shota goes out and shows me the game where his stuff is back, StatCast guys, you can go to the game log, go to the game and go all the way to the right, and it'll have a pie chart, a little bitty pie chart that'll pop up. Click that, and you can go through his whole pitch mix of that game and check his velocity, his spin movement, and all that stuff, guys. And until I see Shota back to where he was at last year, I got to leave him be. The book's putting his earned runs at a 2.5 at a pick'em, and he's only given up 3 of his last 10 that way. Tells me there's something there that he may get hit again today. I go look at his K prop, guys, if I want to run his K prop, and he's in the zone 5.5% or better than league average. Yet his chase contact this year is god awful, 9% worse than league average. So, granted, he's only played 10 games, and 6 have come versus some of the elite in the game, and not striking out, as they saw like the Padres twice, the Diamondbacks. There was just some teams in there, bro, where it was the Royals. You're like, okay, bro, you had a tough run. Maybe your chase contact ain't as bad as it is. Either which way, I go look at zone contact, I go look at chase contact, and we've got 6 guys each way pointing to the under, as well as 5 guys that are elite at both. So I'm going to leave Shota alone unless they give me a drastic poverty type Twins lineup, which they have done before. The Twins are known for just throwing out games, just giving them away, it seems. So if they want to change the lineup, then maybe I'll back the K prop. You can get hit and still hit your strikeouts, but it's hard to back a guy who's just not the guy he was. Last guy we're going to talk about before we get, actually, we're going to mention one other guy at the end. But last guy we're going to talk about is, man, if I'm wrong, so be it. But I wasn't wrong last time with him. And we're talking fucking Robbie Ray versus the Phillies. Morning line 6.5 minus 110 on BetMGM. Pitching out 17.5 minus 175 to the over. Earned runs 2.5 minus 150 to the under. Projected lineup is 7 righties and 2 lefties. Ray gets the Phillies, guys, who over their last 200 plate appearances versus a lefty are walking 2.5% less than league average. Plays right into Robbie Ray. Striking out only 20% of the time with a middle-of-the-pack isolated power. And when I go look and see who they've seen that I would bet on, Lodolo went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, yet I was on him. He had 8 strikeouts, and we baby laddered him, but we hammered him. Abbott got rolled up and smoked as he didn't make it through the 4th inning and gave up 4 runs and had just 2 strikeouts. Then a series with the Marlins, Mets, Blue Jays, and Padres, all who don't have a dominant strikeout lefty. I mean, a dominant lefty, at least when it comes to strikeouts, because Peterson's been pretty good as of late. Then a series versus the Braves. They missed Sale, and a series versus the Astros, where Fram dieseled them, and he went 7 innings of no run ball with 3 strikeouts. Now, out of all the guys I just mentioned, Frammer is the only dog of them. Yet of all the lefties I did mention as well, I use zone contact for every one of those 3. And the only one lineup where it said fire away was Lodolo, and he fucking fired away. So all in all, I am saying their numbers are a tad bit fraudulent. Yet why are we getting a 6.5 at a minus 110? I mean, he's hit this 70% of his last 10 games. That equates to a minus 150. Then you got to add in the past history, guys. As we've got some past history, 80 at-bats. Ray has struck them out at a stupid 32.5% clip. Yet we're getting a very bettable 6.5. This should be 7.5 even money, or maybe even with the tad bit of fucking juice. Then I thought, okay, maybe JT is going to be out this lineup today as he struck out 6 of his 13 at-bats. Okay, well, Marchand would be in. He struck out 2 of 5. The percentage only drops a tad bit. Yeah, at the end of the day, guys, this screams he's going under. and they want you to bet the over, guy. Am I going to bet the under? No. Right now, they're projected 7 guys who chase. Robbie Ray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Robbie Ray is 8-1 to the over with 6 guys who chase this year, with nothing less than 7. Nothing less than 7. The one time he lost came with an asterisk. That asterisk was in Colorado, where they put him in a very 6.5 bettable juice, and we told you not to bet him right here. And they're doing that same fucking thing right now, guys. So if you're going to bet Robbie Ray, fucking take him to 9 or 10. Because if he gets 7, he murders this team, and they're just fucking don't want me to bet him or drop the hammer on him. But right now, guys, in a spot where Robbie Ray has dominated, the only other time he ain't is when the books did this type of shit with his K prop. So Sharpie is going to listen and not bet Robbie fucking Ray today. I'll look at the box score. If I'm wrong, so fucking be it. I'd rather be wrong, as like I said, I've hit those 8 times and stayed off that one time. If he fucking hits 1 on me, cool, Robbie Ray, you got me. But the line is out on him, guys, and this is the same type of spot. Now, I'm not going to do a breakdown on the next guy. I'm just going to mention his name and tell you why Sharpie is going to bet this son of a bitch.
Good game, Eddie. Give me Vaughn. You want Vaughn? I know he hadn't done very well against this guy, but I got a hunch he's due. Good job.
I hate this fucking song.
Yeah. Who am I talking about? Didier Dildo Fuentes of the fucking Atlanta Braves. Yeah. Did I bet him last week? You fucking right I did. Did he give me a fucking heart attack? You fucking right he did. But my guy Zoe sent me a picture that he was sitting behind home plate, and I think it was Kikuchi versus fucking Fuentes. And I was like, you know what, bro? Miami wasn't the spot. This is the spot, man. And we went out there and backed this guy as he decided to walk or strike out every other batter, pitch 30 pitch innings until they decided, you're done at 90, kid. And I think it made it be 3 innings at best, 4. But he got our K prop, guys. And that's what it's about. You've got this Oakland Athletics team in this projected lineup. They have 6 guys terrible at zone contact and chase contact. You give me that versus Fuentes. And yeah, it may be a fucking disgusting game, but money's money, guys. And you might just want to combine his walks with his strikeouts. It's pretty much going to be both. So wild thing to the bank today, guys. It ain't going to be a lot of money for me, but if Birdsong, who is Wild Thing Jr., went out there and got 6 and walked 5, Fuentes could do the same fucking thing, guys. This A's team is trash. When they do hit, it's going far. Don't get me wrong. They're hitting for power. They're trying. But when you swing like that, you also strike out. You know who doesn't strike out, guys? Is the last freaking Megalodon living. Do you know why? Because he knows how to hibernate now. And you need to go watch the documentary, guys, that Megalodon is really living. It's on the Discovery YouTube channel. Go back, guys. And if you watch that 53-minute Discovery thing, you will believe me that we found the last freaking Megalodon.
So big. We did it, man. See what it
I am never going back in the water.
Me either. No way.
That's it.
Ah,
That's the biggest thing I've ever seen.
stuff summer.
No. Let's go to the local pool. Look at the size of that thing.
Just go to the logo. The best is that dude's Australian.
Look at the size of that. Every time I think that, it's like I think he's watching porn or something. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, bro, you've seen the freaking Megalodon?
Dude, that chick looks a little bit like Benson from Law and Order. Remember Law and Order back in the day there? I don't know if you watch Law and Order now, but
I like Law and Order.
She has a little of that Benson feel to it there, look to her anyways.
Let's go, man. You coming off a real hot week last week?
Dude, last week was something. And I talk about when you miss some spots, you run right back to them. How about when you get the rain delay and you catch the very same matchup the next day? You got to go right back to it. And there was a couple of those. I was texting you. I was like, man, these three guys got rain delayed, and they all went out there, and the top of the first half of the following games came out there and knocked in RBIs. It was a thing of beauty. And the Riley Green breakdown was really, Pat, nice job.
Well, we need some more bangers, Mike. So let's get it.
Bangers we got, my guy. We're fucking fired up. I'll tell you what, this is one of those days. We got the All-Star break coming up, so you got to proceed with caution when it comes to sides and totals. Even player expectations, young guys thinking about vacations, veterans that are packing up, getting ready to go to the All-Star game. But, man, we got some players that are coming back, and you got to try to find some of these intersecting points. Today, some of these intersecting points, in my opinion, are guys that are getting hot at the right time, coupled with ballpark factors that say they should be smashing the ball. And I'll tell you, we'll start right off the hop. We'll go right to Minnesota and talk about this Twins matchup here. And one of the players that haven't featured too often, this guy's one of those gets hurt. Is he hurt? Isn't he hurt? Is he still hurting, dealing with a lingering injury? But the Minnesota Twins win in bunches and they lose in bunches. And Byron Buxton very much is that guy. Number one ballpark factor for total bases today. Should have more bases than any game. Bases generate, players on base go across home plate and put runs up there. And we saw this Tampa Bay series and Minnesota kind of, they started getting it together as what it came down to. And Byron Buxton's the guy that I want to look at here because, yeah, you can't fault the guy. No RBIs. The team wasn't scoring. They just weren't winning, and that's the case. But, man, you look overall with this guy, and he's underrated from a power perspective because he's always hurt. And, he was a top draft pick. I think it was over 10 years ago now. But, look, 6 games played, 25 at-bats, only 4 hits. But think about this. They had that stretch of nothing going on. He's got 27 RBIs at home. They just got back in the groove. He had 2 hits yesterday, so 4 hits over 6 games, and 2 of them came yesterday. This guy priced at plus 165. He's got a great 367 on-base percentage at home. Great spot to open things up with Byron Buxton, plus 165.
That's some chunky monkey right there.
Oh, boy. She ain't 380. She ain't a lady. We don't have any 380s here, but we might have some 280s on the card, Sharpie. I'm going to go back to Boston. Here's a spot yesterday where people were trying to convince me the Colorado Rockies were the right play. And I was like, how are you going to put – when the Red Sox are in the favorite position that they were yesterday, they're unbeaten on the year. When they're a big favorite, it doesn't make sense. That's not the books making a mistake. That's time to fucking sack up and jump on these Red Sox. And hey, Roman Anthony's the guy right now. So we might as well take a look at him. He's priced at plus 165. Here's a cool little position. So, sometimes we look for that lefty-righty matchup. This happens to be lefty on lefty with Kyle Freeland. The benefit here, though, is Freeland stinks. He's got a 332 batting average against the righties, a 282 against lefties. And, when you look at what's going on with Roman Anthony just gobbles up the ball regardless. Lefty on lefty matchup, he's hitting a 265 overall. And look, his last 6 games, 5 runs scored, 9 hits total. He's got a home run in that process with 5 RBIs as well. This guy, when I talk about the ballpark factors with total bases, this one ranks 5th highest today in total bases expected. And it's because that Red Sox lineup can go boom or bust at any given time. But I think they're in a boom spot right now. A lot of people projected Red Sox to win the AL East. Yankees are in that shit part of the schedule right now where they're playing above 500 teams. You got the Blue Jays who just came out there and dominated the Yankees and the Angels. They're sitting top of the AL East. But the Red Sox did take it to them Blue Jays. So here's an opportunity for the Red Sox to finish strong before the All-Star break, try to close that gap. And their number 2-3 hitter, Roman Anthony, plus 160, helps them close that gap and try to accomplish that top in the AL East. Again, projected to be the number 1 team in the AL East from the start of the season. This is their opportunity to go after it, and Roman Anthony does that for him, plus 160.
Man, plus 160, bro. That sounds like a one leg of these Tennessee girls out here, bro. Something about these girls in Tennessee, they're all thick.
Ham
All
hock. They got them
hey,
ham hock, man.
BBW galore, bro, out here, bro. It's freaking to the point of where it's not cute once you get past it. Once you get to like that 380, doggy, it's like bruh. And then yesterday, bro, I seen the first. Well, maybe I've seen him before, but dude, how you 300 pounds with no ass?
Ugh.
You should have an ass if you got 300. I'm like something behind it. Let me see it wobble. Let me see it shake it. Don't let me see it look like it's eating your underwear.
The old Jello monster.
All right, back to Fupa Tuesdays.
Ugh. Let's talk about it too. We just talked about the Red Sox, another team that's firing. The Angels. I'm sorry, the Angels. I don't know why I was thinking Angels after you said 400. Blue Jays. I just talked about the Blue Jays. Got me all flustered. Ballpark conditions favorable. Wind busting out right down the dick, as they say, Sharpie. And we're in a favorable position because we have Savale. Remember, Savale shit the bed for the Brewers. He whined, he cried. They were going to put him in the bullpen. He said, I'm not a bullpen guy. Trade me right fucking now. And they did. And they said, here you go, scumbag. Go put a White Sox jersey on. So he did. And now he's the benefactor for us here tonight with this Toronto Blue Jays team. The question is, who's going to go smash this dude? And reality is anybody can do it, but I picked on George Springer as the guy. He's priced at plus 155. I'm struggling to talk today. Priced at plus 155. He doesn't care if he's home or away. In fact, he plays very well on the road with a 346 on-base percentage. Again, another guy that's found the groove. 13 RBIs over his last 31 at-bats. 12 hits. Lefty-righty combos out there. Well, Aaron Savale is bad against lefties. He's shitty against righties with a 325 batting average allowed out there. And guess what George Springer happens to be? A righty. He's hitting a 296 in that position, lefty-righty matchups. And not for nothing, but he's smashing a 375 against Savale. So experience, lefty-righty matchups, favorable weather conditions, plus 155, favorable spot to play George Springer for an RBI.
How much was that? 45?
155.
Ready.
Yeah. I got two spots left. Two big bangers here. We might even double dip on a game, or I'll give you a backup option here. But you talked about this Oakland spot. I'd be remiss not to jump in and take a big swing, no pun intended, on this game, because this is the number 2 ballpark in terms of expected run or bases being produced today. 40 plus, number 2 highest on the card. Lots of bases, lots of dudes, lots of ducks on the pond. Kind of makes sense. You would look at this and see, well, you got the Braves. Thing is, I want to focus on fading the Diddler Fuentes, the guy that's smashing up, right?
Wild thing.
330. I heard you playing the video there, the promo there. Man, this Diddler is 333 against righties. He diddles even harder against lefties with a 360 out there. And I'm going to take this Zach Giloff position out there. Now, you might be looking at it going, well, this guy's terrible. He hasn't done shit all year. Well, guess what? He hasn't played all year. He's just come back. He's got 3 games under the belt. He was on the IL with I believe it's a hamate fracture. I had to look it up. It's a fucking bone in the hand. Well, it affects the wrist. That's certainly going to affect your ability to swing the ball or swing at the ball. And yeah, he's a K guy. He's not very plate disciplined, but I do believe in this position, facing the Diddler. Doesn't matter if he's down there buried at the bottom. This is a guy that, again, we've got the number 2 expected runs being or bases being produced today, and a guy that last year, look, not a bad season from this guy. If he can stay healthy, he's a guy that can, finish the season strong, at least with the Athletics. I think they keep this guy around until they go to Vegas and use him to rebuild around, because he does kind of have that flair. He's got a little flash to him when he goes out there. Giloff's a plus 240, dude. That's the bomber right there. Plus 240 to go out and produce. Again, coming back from injury, got the IL coming, or got the All-Star break coming up, and he's got Diddler on the base there, giving some Zach Giloff opportunity.
Man, I think that guy's a walking strikeout, but you can hit the ball too.
Dude, his like I said, he doesn't show a lot of plate discipline. He's at, what was he? 30, almost 35% last year. So he's 1 out of every 3 times he goes at bat or up against the pitcher, he's striking out.
But when you're swinging like that, you're swinging for power. And I know you put home runs with your RBIs too. You put a little on it, but I get it because if the RBI spot, dude, is there in the home run alone.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, shit, you want to look at the price tag on this guy to get a home run. I mean, it's, let me see.
What, 5?
Let's see.
I don't think it would be above 5 because he's a
600.
6.
600. That MGM for a 600 for G-Loft to go yardstick today. I like him. Just look, lots of bases being produced out there. He gets what, 3 of them if he goes home run. So I like it. I think he's just a good little boomer bust opportunity. He's price tagged accordingly. He hasn't produced. He hasn't been playing. He's coming back from the injury. But you don't bring a guy back a week before the All-Star break if he's not healthy. Why fuck around with something that's that bone in your wrist or your hand? Why take the chance if he's not 100%? I think they took precaution. They're going to ease him back into the lineup out there, and they might give him a rest to finish the series off when they get busted up here. But I think this is a great spot to take advantage. And there should be plenty of runs. They're playing they're playing Atlanta. Atlanta's boomer bust as well, but I like him to get this. Give us this plus price tag, man. That's just too big a price not to take a shot. In a week, he won't be priced that way.
Get it, bro. So what's the extra one you were going to leave us with?
Well, I got one last one. I'm going to go to your boy. My boy in the past, Fernando Tatis, is the guy that I want to take advantage of here on this Padres, the father's lineup out there. Lots of experience against Arizona, lots of production. He's got 4 games against Arizona this year. He's got 4 RBIs, 8 hits. They're not striking him out. They're not walking him very often either, which is a crucial component out there. Unless those bases are loaded and he gets walked, it doesn't count as an RBI. So 5 runs and 22 at-bats his last week out there. He's bombing it at home. He's got 26 RBIs, a 378 on-base percentage. Likes playing out there. Here's the thing about Fernando Tatis. Guy's a fucking gamer. You look at where he's produced. He went through his streakiness of shit. He didn't do anything out there. But 2 games ago, guess what he does? He plays Texas, 4th inning, produces the game-winning or at least the go-ahead run out there against them Texas Rangers. Follows it up the very next game. They're down 4-1. He comes out there in the 7th inning, tries to lead the comeback 4-2. In terms of ISO and opportunities, yeah, you could talk Manny Machado's and the rest, but I think when this team gets rolling here, the Padres depend on Fernando Tatis to be the guy. He's plus 180. Honorable mention. I'm going to flip the gears on the other side of things with Geraldo Perdomo is the guy that I want to look at on the Arizona side of things. Plus 285. This is the big swinger too. This is a game, by the way. This is a top
Tatis real quick.
180.
Okay, I thought so, but I was like, that's kind of high, ain't it?
It is. Seems like it, and I think it's a reflection of the lack of scoring. But keep in mind, San Diego came off that Texas series. I talked about that comeback opportunity that Tatis led. Every single game in that Texas series had a huge trend to the under. They all went under. And so we're kind of finding a player that's coming into an opportunity, coming off of what the books perceive as lack of production. I looked at it as saying, I think we bet every single game under in that series. And now we're catching this kind of buying low opportunity for Fernando Tatis. And then, as I mentioned, Perdomo on the other side, plus 285. Monster price tag. Look, boomer bust opportunity, much like we talked about with G-Loft there, but 5 RBIs against the Padres. He's got experience. He doesn't get scared on the road. He's got 32 RBIs on the road, leading the squad. He's got 9 hits over his last 7 days. And he just got an RBI yesterday. So, in terms of lack of production and lower scoring games, maybe we see that here, but there's 2 players with a plus 285 and a plus 180. You play them both, you're coming out ahead. If you play them both and they both score tonight, you're going to be up almost 5 units on these 2 spots. I think that's a great look to close out the card for us. Give us this Padres game. Give us some action. San Diego, Arizona, settled in now for this series. They already played the first game yesterday, and I expect some runs tonight. So we'll see what that Marine layer does, but hopefully it's favorable for us to go out there and get some RBIs, get some red meat on the grill tonight.
I don't know what Perdomo single is, but I know Noli was betting that last year at the end of the year, like a month straight, and it was like minus 110, minus 120 at worst. This guy is such a good contact hitter. When he chases, he makes contact. He makes contact in the zone. Like, he used to be their 9-hole hitter, and now they've bumped him up to the 2. Mm-hmm. And the dude he's just a good contact hitter. That's what you want.
Plus 135 for the guy to get a single, by the way.
More than likely, he's getting a single today, guys.
Thing about that, too, is you look at the numbers. He's going to get, like you mentioned, his contact rates. He's a 70% or so. Means if you play him at plus 135 every single day blindly, you're going to make money on this guy regardless by the time the season's out. But we'll try to pick our spots. And there's a lot of guys I like in this lineup here tonight. Garrio's another one that's been successful. Dude, we cashed a 39-1 player prop parlay last week on, I think it was Wednesday. Some of those players came through from that Tuesday that got rained out, but hopefully we can do it again today. I think we parlay these guys together. We find ourselves a big banger too. So let's make some money. Man.
Gerard Perdomo is in the top 3 percentile in zone contact. Absurd. He does take pitches though. He will work a fucking count.
And that's why he's so successful.
Bro, he's 10% better at everything or better. His chase contact is in the top 2%. Like, this guy's fucking murder, bro.
That's why I said for a plus 285, man, you got a guy that, the question, I think what happens here is you got to find out, is this a game where Arizona struggles to get 1 run? Or is this one of those opportunities where they pick up 8 or 9 runs? And I'm leaning to the latter there. I think this is an opportunity for us to see a fun game and some scoring. Now, we know San Diego games can be lower scoring, but Merrill Kelly, Slick Nick Pivetta, what are they going to keep playing fucking hero ball all season long? There's an opportunity for these guys to look ahead to the All-Star break. Some much needed R&R, and the arms are getting stretched out. So at this point of the season, they need that break coming up. Give us an opportunity to punch on these guys.
Bro, I just went through all the way to I started beginning of the year like a stoner ass son of a bitch. I was going through all of his hits, bro, and like every game pretty much, if he gets a hit, it's a single, or he'll have 3 hits and have multiple hits. But that's crazy how many singles he has on the year.
Dude, you could here's a little same game parlay option. Marte, Perdomo, and Garrio. And you know what? Fucking throw Suarez in there too. All those guys to get a hit. And then flip over on the other side of things, Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, and probably Louis Arise in there, the lefty matchup. There's 7 players probably all get a hit today. I bet you that's
bro.
I bet
you know what I've started doing, bro? Like, and it's been fun. I don't put stupid money on it. I put fun money, and I like it's nothing. I don't even take credit for it or anything, but I'm able to now pretty much pick out who's gonna fucking strike out, take them for -300, -400. Start parlaying these guys to strike out once or more in a game.
I've seen it.
And it's happening, bro. Like live betting's I need to go back and see how good I am at it. But even if you're hitting above 50% at a plus money rate, it's fucking stupid. Yeah. And I think I got fucking somebody 310 the other night and just started laughing because it's like they didn't adjust to it being a 1-1 game. And Hader coming in, and I was like, Hader's gonna fucking murder this fuck. What's he come in and do? Murder it. So, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna get there on the under 2.5 for Cleveland's team total, but I fucking want to.
Makes sense.
I want to, bro, but I like to reserve those for Scooble. But then my dumbass, literally in my write-up, was like, is he not the best right-handed pitcher in the American League? So that means you ain't too far behind Focus Kubo. Who's better right-handed right now than Hunter Brown in the American League? Gilbert's good, but he's been hurt.
Yeah. Inconsistent. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's got to be Scooble.
Because you got Crochet and Scooble, which are lefties, and that's got to be top 3 in the Cy Young right now.
The lefty factor is the killer for everybody. And if you're a righty, you got to stand on your dick to be able to show everybody that. I mean, you just have to be that much better. And these guys have the baked-in advantage because they're lefties. So
and they're elite of the elite.
Right.
They all throw 99, but 2 of them are from the left-handed side.
Right, which makes it.
I mean, I granted Framber's probably up there too in the Cy Young talk, but I think Hunter Brown's been better this year, which is absurd. The kid grew into a man. All his velocity jumped. His average is up 3 miles per hour now. He's throwing like 99. Like, oh, little boy's coming a man now. Oh, yeah. Bro, today I want to hammer some spots. I don't know if I'm going to get there. I need the rain gods. Heavenly Father, Lord, baby Jesus, please stay away from New York today. Let them play. Let them play. They can get hits. The wind's blowing. It's going to be runs, but they could also strike the fuck out. Yep. And that's what I want to bet. So, Yeah, right now I'm looking to bet Gilbert pending on thunderstorms. I want to bet Udi Perez pending on lineups. The worst lineup they can give me is Friedel, Trevino, and Espanol all in. Right now they have two of those guys projected not in. Ooh, it could be a fucking day. And Robbie Ray's got ginormous titas on him. The only other time he's not hit this year on this amount of chase in a lineup is when they did this shit versus Colorado that they're doing right now versus Philly. This line should be 7.5 with minimal juice, not 6.5 with minimal juice. The only time they did that, he got smoked in Colorado. So I'm gonna stay off old Robbie Titas Rays today. I called him Raboobies Ray is what I texted Spin. I was like, hey, Raboobies pitching today.
That's great.
I think like I said, Shota, I don't know. He ain't the guy that I want to back right now. And Flaherty literally comes down to the fucking lineups as he's 13-2 to the metric. Just wait for the lineup. Look for the chase, and the chase will point the way.
Hey,
Let them know what. Go ahead.
Did you get paid out on that?
Bro, that was a joke. How much they paid me? I'll never fucking gripe over that again. I won't even enter their contests anymore.
I won one. I had that. Was it the King of the Home Runs or whatever the fucking thing was, where they were like, you can split a pot of $1 million, and I got. I think the free bet I got was like $13 or $18. I can't remember. It was still a free bet, but it was like really.
I got $39 free bet. I got $500 free bets for every $1,000 I bet over the weekend. So I made more off of that than I did off of that.
Dude, the day after they gave me my $13, the next guy that won was a Cub player. I can't remember who it was, but
DraftKings gave me some VIP experience. Said, hey, fucking next 4 days, every 1,000 you bet will give you 100 up to 10 bets. And when I start to lose money, bro, I look to make it back.
Yep.
I do. I look to live bet, bro. And most days it's good. Some days it's miserable. I'm talking about losing 1,000. It could be bad. But last night, dude, I wrong call on DeGrom. But guess what? That fucking Cleveland, fucking Houston under live. It's like, bro, close game, 2 good pins. Give it to me every fucking time, bro. I did it with the Arizona game too, except I was afraid of Arizona blowing it open. So I took the Padres team total under 3.5 once on the last inning of Gallen. I paid -150. I'll pay the fucking juice. I've realized when you're taking shit live, it's better. More often than not, it's gonna land on that number, bro. You're getting in with now some shit they got. They got them fucking algorithms, bro.
Fuck.
See, I took the 12.5, 12, 11.5 in Houston. And I'm like, bro, it's 5-4. I don't see another fucking run. It ended up with a one more run, 6-4. I'm like, cool. Bangarang Peter. And it was actually the best thing I can ask for wanting to back Brown today is I've got a Abreu and Hader available. Which if I want the team total now, it's like, okay, I've got the best of their best. Because they've been pitching a lot lately, bro. How much Abreu and Hader's had to they've been in a lot of tight games. In Cleveland.
Hader's an AL guy that, you know, he's not a Cy Young guy, but you were talking about who's the best in the AL right now.
He's a closer. He's a closer.
But he's got himself he's that lefty matchup as well. I know, so he's got some good numbers.
He's dominant, bro. I believe this year when Abreu and Hader have entered the game, they've only lost one game. Like, that's been that lights out for them. Like, they're that deadly, 8-9. So can Brown go 7 today? 2 runs? Hand it off to the gangsters? I think so. 2.5. But see, like I said on the show, I would take the 2.5 at plus money for $50. And if he got popped early, I would then come back in with the bigger bet. That's the way I bet. Like, I don't want to miss out if he does shove. But to ask a guy to go perfect is insane, bro. Yeah. It's insane. Like, even for Scooble, I expect him to give up 2 runs through 7. To ask him to put up 0, like, bro, I don't care who you are. So, man, I could talk baseball all day. I got to work tonight, though, bro. but I should be off on the weekend, which means
All right.
UFC with the fellas and y'all. Though I will do that.
Let's go.
But
We'll be rolling. We got a UFC Nashville card coming up here. It's in your backyard.
I'm literally 30 minutes away from there. Should I just fucking go to it? Or just not hang out with you guys? Be like, sorry.
No,
fellas.
the fucking price of these tickets, dude, are stupid. It went like $2,000 to get a ticket to these things here. I mean,
no way. Maybe it's gotten worse. I haven't gone since after COVID, but bro, I went to so many. I've been to 7 different pay-per-views.
Really?
Best fight. I mean, it's ruined now. It sucks because my ex destroyed everything. I had the fight poster signed by everybody at the fight of Gustafsson Jones 2, but that wasn't the fight. It was fucking Nunez Cyborg was the fight. And Nunez smoked her in the first round, bro. So I was like, this is going to be worth money later on in life. Got ruined. But I was at Jung Wei Lee, Jun Jae Kick, the fight of the year, that one.
Yeah.
But that fight of the year costed the worst fight I've ever seen in my life, Romero versus Adesanya, where they stood around.
And dude.
Bro,
yeah.
we booed so bad. I was yelling, I was thinking twisted. It was bad, bro. It was that bad. I was being the comedic guy of the fight, bro, because it was that bad. Literally freaking, flew. I've got pictures and videos. A guy flew in from Norway or whatever fucking Jen Jakic was from, $2,100 for the flight. Bought tickets and bought freaking tickets to go to the after party so he could take pictures with her. That bitch went straight to the hospital, dog.
That sucks. Hey, tickets aren't that bad. Tickets in the 300s aren't that bad. I wouldn't want to sit in the 300. I don't know. Teach his own, but
all right, guys. I'm gonna end the stream. I just wanted to give you guys some freaking bullshit talk sports with Sharpie. I'm actually thinking of doing like 10-15 minute comedic shit, bro, of my life stories. Like I talk and bullshit all day. People die. They think I've smoked way too much crack in Sherman. Maybe that has happened. But
who's judging?
Bro, I got some funny fucking shit to talk about that's happened in my life. I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna tell you how I found about beating my meat, fellas. Real life story, okay? I was born in 84. There was no porn and YouTube and shit, dog, in the early 90s, bro. If you got a magazine, there wasn't penetration shit. It was just hairy muffs and boobies, dog. Like that's what it was back in the early. Hey, Mike, am I lying?
Nope.
No. So I'm at school, bro. I'm at school hearing everybody talking about beating their meat, right? So I go to my room. I go to the bathroom, dog, and I start smacking it. Ow. I'm like, oh, like, well, what the fuck? Why do people fucking do this? I did that 2 times before I realized I walked in on my brother and realized, oh, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
You're doing it wrong.
Tell me people don't want to hear some dumbass stories, bro, because I got them. Let me tell y'all. Smash the like if you haven't. Until next time, peace.